itong mga kinokolekta mo, they're centuries old, no? So how do you juggle this in your mind? No, I mean, you're updating reconciliation dinner, which is very, very current, based on what's happening on social media, etc. No, and then you're thinking about, itong mga centuries old rice gods, no, yung animist art, things that most people don't even think about.
Objects are beautiful. Objects are worth obsessing about. And I do. But really, I keep reminding myself, more than just an object, these things connect us to what we have lost, our animist soul. Okay? I'm not knocking Christianity. I'm a devout Catholic. And how that exists within me, I don't know. But we've lost that. What does a textile represent? In this age of fast fashion, a textile represents great technical knowledge. The looms were the first computers. How? And to think that these things, that the ancient weavers, the traditional weavers never wove with a template. It was all here. If you understand the way a textile is put together, how let's say even in recent times, how a langdulay, of course our Gawad Manlilikan ng Bayan, how a salintamonon, how they would dye. Look for the right fiber. Look for the right dyes from the forest. Tie these into complex patterns which you don't see. Pero pag hinabi nilang ganon, ang ganda. It's a whole mindset. It's number one, what do these objects represent? A spiritual knowledge, a technical knowledge, an economic knowledge, a knowledge of biology and botany rather, of botany. They're so total and so complex. And they represent for me what Professor Felipe de Leon, one of the men I really admire, will always call an integrated Filipino, an integrated soul, an integrated individual. But to look at the textile, to hold it in your hands, and to realize that this is the work of that this is more than just aesthetic, to use a popular word now. It's biology, it's botany, because you have to learn how to grow the plant, how to grow the cotton, how to find the right dye. It's the complexity of math. Mathematics yan. It's not just pa-art. We like to think of it as art, spirit. No, it's math. Mahirap gawin yan. Mahirap i-warp and weft. That's science. That's precision. It's discipline. How do you weave ba? You have the weavers on backstrap looms, they sit up straight for 4 hours. They cannot, ang concentration yan is intense. Let's look at prestige symbols like the hagabi, like the bulol. These are products of intense spiritual. We always look at them as beautiful. Again, we look at these as art. We miss out on the fact that these are objects that combine all the best things about the culture. And I try as much as possible to educate the market on it. What do these represent? This represents the totality of Ifugao social culture. Meron akong hagabi, mayaman ako, nagpagawa ako ng hagabi. Pero sinong gumagamit ng hagabi? Everybody in the village. Kasi you can't put it in your house. It's under your house. So everyone can lounge in it. Ano yung significance nun? Paano ka nagkahagabi? Bago ka nagkahagabi, pinakain mo through ritual feasts ang buong village for 9 consecutive years. To earn status, to earn that kind of a status in traditional Ifugao society, you had to have had a corresponding social responsibility. That's what fascinates more than the object itself. How are these objects reflective of a more socially equitable idea of status? And it's interesting also because I have many Ifugao friends, and when you ask them, bakit hindi na kayo nagbubulol? Kasi napakamahal maging kadangyan. To be kadangyan, to achieve that status, you're constantly feeding people around you. You're constantly throwing feasts. Prestige had an equal social responsibility. Ganda, no? Hindi ba? You don't get that from an LV bag. You don't get that from an Hermes bag. All you need to do is buy it. But among the Ifugao and among many traditional societies, prestige was equated to social responsibility.